Well, tell us about Tokyo.
Tokyo Olympic diving lasted 7 days.
Oh, wow.
And you do 3 dives and you wait a day. And you do 2 dives and you wait and you wait. You finally you're doing 10 dives. And I was leading throughout the contest. And when it came to the 9th dive, which in the trials I did very, very well. As a matter of fact, I got 2 10s and 3 9s, which is it's a good score.
Being modest, but go on.
It comes to the back 2.5, and just before I go for the final dive, one of the nearby coaches says, "Whatever you do, don't go long." Well, this is exactly the opposite of what a coach should have told me.
Don't ever say don't to an athlete.
And the way I did this dive, I always thought go long to make sure I was vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I listened, and I wound up and I went short of the vertical, and as a result, I got a poorer score. So now, instead of leading all the way, now I'm down in the pack, and I have 1 dive left. And my head coach, Dick Smith, says, you don't have to break the world record, just do a good dive. And I said to myself, this is the last dive I'm going to do in competition. I'm going to make this the best dive of my life if I can. Wow. And it was a good dive. Matter of fact, it's on video if you want to see it. Somebody took it. I think it was a Japanese cameraman. Took the photo, and it is on the net now. So the good news was I got high scores. I made up the deficit, and I got 2nd place. It wasn't what I wanted, and it took me many, many weeks to swallow the fact that I got silver and not gold. And I thought, 2nd in the world it's okay.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I'll take it. So I'm very happy with it.
Oh. Besides that's a big part of the Olympics. I think, too, the other big part is the people you meet there, the other athletes, and living in the village for, 3 weeks?
Mm.
What was that like to you, being a young guy from New York City out in the world?
Well, it was a lot of fun. First of all, you're mixing with people from countries where it's not unusual for the athletes to have wine with their lunch or dinner. Well, the rest of us, we don't dare drink anything. So that was kind of interesting. Then a really funny one, riding around in the bus, there's a fellow by the name of Joe Frazier, you might remember, Olympic champ, heavyweight. He wore his gold medal every place he went. So, oh, that's Joe Frazier. Oh yeah, that's the guy with the gold medal. Another time I'm at lunch, and I sat down with some track guys, and one of them looks at me and he said, "You on the swimming team?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you know a guy by the name of Frank Gorman?" And I thought he was kidding me, because I recognized this guy, and this is Bob Hayes.
And you recognize the name.
Yeah. Well, Bob Hayes is the fastest man alive at the time. And so he says, "Do you know Frank Gorman?" I said, "Yeah, I know Frank Gorman." He said, "Why?" He said, "I hear he's the best diver that we got." And I thought, wow, from Bob Hayes, that's pretty good. So that was great fun. And I used to watch television. When we couldn't get to the games, we would watch television. And my favorite partner was a guy by the name of Billy Mills.
Oh.
Billy Mills was an unheard of Indian runner who wound up winning the 10,000 meters, and the world discovered the greatest runner alive, apparently. And he was my television partner at the village.
Oh wow! What memories! And after 52 years, it's still so fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
I also understand you did a very righteous thing with your silver medal. What, can you tell us about that?
Well, It's funny, what a lot of people don't know what happens to your medal. And what happened to mine was, I showed it around to my family, and then I put it on my desk, and then I put it on my bureau, and pretty soon it wound up in my sock drawer. And that's where it lived for practically all my life. If somebody would say, "Can we see your Olympic medal?" And I'd have to go digging in my sock drawer and bring it out. And I talked to my kids about it, and they said, "Oh yeah, well, yeah, we should have it, Dad." And I thought about, it's going to go in their sock drawer, or wind up in an attic or in a box someplace. And so I called the coach at Harvard, and I asked him if he had any interest, and he said, "You bet." So anyway, I donated the silver medal to Harvard, and they made a big fuss. It turned out it was the first time a Harvard Olympian ever donated his Olympic medal to Harvard. And what they want now is for other Olympians to do that. They think that's a good idea, but right now, as far as I know, it's still the only Olympic medal in the Harvard Museum. And I get to see it whenever I want. I just go online and look at the Olympic medal. And that, if you want to see it, that's how you have to go to see it.
Wow, that's fabulous. I'm sure you'll be watching the diving in Rio.
Absolutely.
Who would you tell our viewers to keep an eye on, worldwide or from the United States?
From the United States, the best diver we have, his name is David Odaya, and this will be his third Olympic Games. He won the gold on 10-meter platform in 2012, and we think he will win it again. And all the rest of the divers are good. The girls are really good, but he is the key.
Frank, I want to thank you so much for your memories, and we're going to have some pictures of Frank diving during the show here that you'll be able to see. And thank you very much for watching Hello Port Hueneme. Oh, and I want to remind you that Frank watched our Hello Port Hueneme show on the library tour and has now joined the library and donated videos and books. So these programs really reaching the citizens here, and we hope you watch all of our shows and get involved in Port Hueneme. Good day.